Hello, ladies and gentlemen, crypto deep divers. Welcome back to Weekly Crypto. Today, I'm going to touch on Bitcoin, Ethereum, gold, and oil as well. Before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to my channels so you don't miss out the upcoming episodes. Also, hit the notification bell. Some of the video may be time sensitive, so you can have heads up what's going on. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, library.tv, and Patreon as well. So Patreon, I'll publish a whole bunch of video already. Indicator for the global depression, how to choose a face mask, where to buy the face mask, and as well as where to buy gold and silver. Right now, we are in a very uncertainty times. So there's some platform you can still buy gold and silver. You can check it out. Of course, this COVID-19 is going to last quite some time. It looks like it's going to linger over the winter as well. So you have to boost up your immune system. There's some essential vitamins that can help to boost up the immune system. And let's talk about Bitcoin quickly. So the Bitcoin BTC USD short position has been building up compared to the long position. Long position is not that remarkable. So I'm not surprised that they continue to pump the price to liquidate the short position. And in terms of Ethereum, so Ethereum long, look at Ethereum long position has been building up and it's level off right now. At some point, probably they have to dump the Ethereum price in order to liquidate this position. Anything could happen at this time because there's so much uncertainty in the political world, geopolitical tension out there. In terms of gold price, I talked about that earlier. I would expect to continue to pump the price to liquidate the position as well. So I talked about that probably at least 2 days ago. This report is on update on April 21st. Compared to the April 17, there's not much has been changes. You can see the producer merchant, they have over 126,000 short positions. Swap dealer is over 240 short position. For the managed money, the big banks, institution, the big hedge fund, they don't have much short position. So that means they're going to pump the price to liquidate the swap dealer short position as well as the merchant short position as well. So I expect the gold price will continue to go up. Once all this price pumping and then once they liquidate all this position, there may no reason to pump, right? So at some point, once the contract liquidate, so the price may not need to pump. But right now, I expect that they're going to continue to pump the price to liquidate all this short position for gold. And in terms of oil, of course, everybody know that. I talked about that earlier, probably last week, about the future contract of the oil price go all the way down to $40 or something like that because there's no room to store the oil anymore because of the coronavirus, the lockdown of the whole economy as well as globally. So the demand for oil is is not that great, compared to used to be. So right now, all this oil keep producing and producing. There's no room to store, and of course, people who buy the future contract, they have to accept the delivery. But how can you accept a delivery? Because the crude oil is you have to store it in a very specific area, and all the specific area to store the oil is almost full. So that's why it go bust. And of course, a lot of retail investors lose money because of this oil collapse. So retail investor in China, they lost about 85 million in Bank of China oil-related funds. This is basically the oil future contracts. And of course, Bank of China sold the May contract for those sold those May contract. The May contract, of course, they sold at a loss, right? Negative something. And if the retail investor lavish, they basically even own the bank's money because of that. That is insane. And of course, a lot of retail investor they have no idea what they are getting into, right? But right now, they thought oil will never get to zero, and yet we go to negative territory. So. So let's see. And I'm not surprised. Okay, hold on, let's see. And of course, there's a bankruptcy in the U.S. oil industry. The U.S. shale producer, refinery, pipeline companies, they're scrambling for cash because the way they finance their activity is they basically highly leveraged in their operation. They are heavily in debt right now. They have trouble paying back to the banks. And this can have a ripple effect to the banking industry as well, right? If the oil industry cannot pay off the debt, the bank will also suffer all this loss, and this is a ripple effect basically. So of course, all this can trigger out a lot of areas, and of course because of the oil collapse. So that's why. And I'm not surprised that there will be some type of Iran and U.S. military conflict. Tension will be building up. And this is basically that can pump up the price of the oil. This can save the U.S. industry. Don't forget, a few days ago, Trump tweeted order to destroy Iranian boats and all that. Just tweet, okay? The oil price pumped to 20%. So I'm not surprised that there will be some type of fire shot or whatever in the region that can pump the price of oil. So just a tweet is almost 20%. If it's an actual fire, it can pump even higher. So this is just my conspiracy or speculation. So I'm not surprised. So it doesn't matter like Russia or Saudi Arabia, they are not cutting their production or whatnot. Just you have escalation of the tension in the area. The oil price is going to pump up. So, and along with gold as well, right? And of course, Kim Jong-un. I heard about this news actually at least 3 days ago. Western media is a little bit behind. So they're talking about he is probably already dead or in some type of vegetative state. And the rumor is saying that he has some type of emergency coronary bypass surgery. And the North Korea doctor, they do not have much experience to operate on an obese patient or overweight patient. So it takes them a certain part of the procedure. It takes them normally takes most of the doctors, the cardiologists, probably 1 minute to finish that procedure. It takes about 8 minutes for the North Korea doctor to finish it. The reason may be messing up the procedure. So that's mess up the whole thing. So of course, China sent out a team of medical expert, 50 of them, to go to North Korea to try to save Kim Jong-un or something like that. There's a whole bunch of rumors. So we cannot confirm or deny that he is in a vegetative state. We don't know. So because there's a whole bunch of censorship in North Korea as well as in China as well. So so this kind of news is not good to the area in Asia. And this could also pump up the price of gold as well, because in times of uncertainty, people fight for safety, will go to gold. So all this news is good for probably gold, potentially oil as well. And of course, this is not good for the stock market. And the reason I don't talk much about the cryptocurrency in general as a whole is because you have to look at the macro economy and then also the geopolitical tension or military conflict in the area. So even though I talk about a specific coin or you can pump how many percent, it doesn't matter, because if the geopolitical tension has been building up, that could affect crypto. That could affect Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin will not do well. If the stock market do not do well, Bitcoin may not do well. So right now it looks like people fight for safety, people go to gold. So that's why gold is almost all-time high, right? So I've been telling people to buy gold a long time ago, probably back in the price of gold at 1,200 or something like that. So, I mean, in your portfolio, you should have some type of gold, right? Those are just type of insurance and all that. And of course, their printing press and all that is not worth any money, the US dollar. So it's better to hold physical commodities per se. And I've been talking about this. If you follow my channel, you probably got some gold as well, right? Or silver. So right now, everything is in uncertainty. I know it's more fun to talk about certain altcoin, which one is going to pump, which one is... But the thing is, the whole macro economy, the whole geopolitical arena does not support the pump of the Bitcoin at this time. Of course, Bitcoin has halving coming up. That may also potentially pump the price, right? But you never know. So anything could happen. So right now is to preserve capital. It's not to put your money on fire, right? Okay, you can put your money in the stock market. You earn how many percent on all that. But right now it's short term. Everything is very short term. You cannot even a long term on anything anymore, right? So not a financial advice. Use your due diligence, and I'm not your financial advisor. So let me know what you think about all this different type of geopolitical pressure or the tension, military conflict. I forgot to talk about. Also, there's a military conflict in Southeast Asia, in the South China Sea, also between Taiwan and China as well. There's so many uncertainty right now at this time. I so that's why people fight to go for safety as well as the printing press. So that's why. And of course, the oil price, I suspect, is going to pump if there's some type of military conflict. So, yeah, let me know what you think about all this. I would love to hear from you. If you find this video helpful, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, also share with your friends. Make sure you comment below. That will help my ranking in YouTube. And I will continue to provide quality video for you guys. And remember, crypto deep divers, we the people take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace. I'm not a financial advisor. Investing in cryptocurrency, stock market, commodity can have inherent risk. Please use your due diligence. Also, I'm not a healthcare provider. If you have any question about or concern about this coronavirus, you should consult with your doctors.